Now entering the garage. Welding. Grinding. Chopping. Fixing. Fabricating. Hey everybody, it's your friend Dumptruck here with Hi. It's just me. And we're back with Cycle Source. Just being a little fun because it's a motorcycle show day. If you're looking behind me, you're looking at the Colorado Motorcycle Expo. And this has been going on for quite a while. It's one of those rad shows that has a bunch of customs and also a big swap meet involved. So this is like one of those garage build events where a lot of the people that are interested in what's going on with the Cycle Source Dennis Kirk Performance Evo FXR. That's a lot of words this time of the morning. Hey, buddy, what's up, Chris? There you are.
What's going on, Dumptruck?
Oh, you know, I've just had too much coffee per usual. Just having a great time all by myself.
No, you are wound up.
Bro, it's motorcycle show day. You know, it's so cold outside. There's snow on the ground, and there's motorcycles inside. So I'm pumped. It's my first one of the year.
Dude, we're all racing for Daytona. Get to that Daytona sun. Get out of the Northeast. I can't wait.
Feel quote unquote normal again.
Oh. So yeah, I'm glad you stopped by today. Unfortunately, it's not a lot to look at, but it actually marks progress. This is our high water mark. Everything is out at the body shop. We're going to be starting paint on Monday, which is good because I think Friday we're leaving for Daytona.
Just in time.
You can see behind me though, everything is stripped away from the bike. We've got the last couple little details to finish up, a few little welds for our mounts and stuff, and then the frame is going tomorrow for powder coating, and from this point on we start reassembly, final assembly.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad that you made some time to check in today, even though we don't have like this to point out and that to point out. This is like a really important stage in a build. This is kind of 2/3 of the way there, right? If you're going to build it, you take it apart like 3 times.
Yeah.
And to have everything going out, that's exciting.
This is an important time to talk about some things too. You know, for guys that are out there looking for a little inside information on building something at this level, you know, here's one of my favorite tools in building a motorcycle like this. Because when you get to this point, I've already either swapped out all the software that I need, or hardware, software, other thing. I've either swapped it all out already, and these are my finished pieces, or I have stuff that I know I need to take to the hardware store to swap out for good hardware. So I write on all these bags what they're to and what parts they are. It lets me keep myself active while the rest of this stuff's going on, while the paint's going on, while the powder coat's going on. I can take this stuff in a little bag to the hardware store. I can get everything ready, have a little organization going on, so when this comes back and I'm working on the fender struts, I can come right over, get my fender strut hardware, move on to that part, you know, one thing at a time, and it keeps it all together. Uh-oh. Did we lose Dumptruck?
No, you did not lose me. I forgot to unmute myself because it's loud as hell in here. What I was saying is, I was like, it's a really great time to obviously get all your ducks in a row, like you're talking about, staying organized with the fasteners, you know, getting your replacements in one spot. So do you have a process in mind of like where do you start with reassembly, or is it according to what you receive?
Well, typically this is going to be different. You know, typically we always start with the engine. First the frame.
Sure.
When the frame comes back from powder coat, we chase all the threads in the frame. Get everything ready so there's not an issue once you're into assembling anything. And then usually from that point we start with the motor, transmission, get the big pieces in. Unfortunately, our motor's being done in Lakeland, Florida at Cycle Stop USA. So what we're going to try to do with this bike is actually get it to a rolling chassis before we leave here. So swing arm, front end, all of that will be back together. You know, probably most of the sheet metal too, which will be a different process once we get to Florida for getting the motor back in the chassis. We're going to have to be really careful. And I think that's where the Banks motorcycle lift comes in. If you guys have watched that tool being used in our programs before, it's a beautiful, beautiful piece of equipment. You can lift the motor up, hydraulic jack holds it in the place that you put it. As you bring it in, it has swivel arms with heim joints, so you can rock that motor in and set it right in. And, you know, basically one person.
I have not seen that yet, and that's on your is it on your Facebook, on the website? Where
on,
can we go
on
check that out?
YouTube and Facebook. But if you check them out at Banks Brothers Motorcycling, they make an incredible tool.
I haven't seen that. My goodness. So no more sweating your ass off and getting hernias just trying to drop a motorcycle in without chipping paint.
Well, and it makes sense too.
Or motor in without
Just recently, Tom Banks took over competition distributing, right? And so they're dealing with, you know, original paint knuckleheads and original paint pan heads and old bikes that if you drop one of those motors or if you chip one of the frames, like, it's a much bigger deal than it is for us for choppers, you know.
Oh, absolutely it is, for all those obvious reasons. So we see where the bike is now. Timeline is, you said, so tomorrow the frame goes out for powder coat. That'll come back, you'll thread everything, and you'll start the rolling chassis assembly and most of the tins. And then you roll into Daytona or into, where you get it done again? Cycle.
We're going to Lakeland, Florida, Cycle Stop USA.
Lakeland,
and the week
Cycle
before
Stop, that's right.
Daytona, we'll actually be doing all of the final assembly there, and we'll do some more of this from there.
Oh, good. So we still get to be friends.
Yep.
I
How
really
about
like
this?
that.
How about this sexy
Oh,
piece
the
of
saddling
equipment?
came in. Oh, dude, that's
And
awesome.
look how nice.
Yeah.
So John O'Brien from Hardcore actually oversaw this project for us. This was a custom-made seat from the guys at Saddleman. Thank you so much for all of this work. We got the killer diamond stitch pattern in the back and the Dennis Kirk red, and the tuck and roll up front, red logo. It's going to look incredible. We had this up in mock-up, and man, it's just everything for this project.
And that is beautiful, man. That tuck and roll, that's the pattern to get on your seat.
Yeah.
That is a really comfortable stitch pattern to be sitting on, no matter how far you got to go. Well,
And
awesome,
that's why
dude.
John set it up too, because he was like, originally we were going to do diamond pattern everywhere or something, and he was like, no, he said, when it comes to rider comfort, that's what you want.
You know how I figured it out? My FXR seat has the lattice all over it. I didn't do the tuck and roll. And then I sat on a buddy of mine that had the tuck and roll. I'm like, oh, I did it wrong.
Right. So here's
But
something
they have
since
this
the
great
last time.
program where you wear your seat out, you can have it replaced.
Yeah, right. Here's
Yeah.
something since the last time you were here. We got our Performance Machine Black Ops mini controls. Those are all on. Our clip-on handlebars, we you know, went to the right size, the 1-inch OD, made that all happen. Our gauges are now mounted, they're in the right position. Obviously we got our LA fairing mounted, so these are the actual mounts for it in the actual position. All of that
looks
stuff is
great.
done.
Looks like all that tucked in together really, really well.
It really did. I mean, you know, what you're afraid of with some of that stuff, because it's not like it's designed in a manufacturing process to all work together. You know, so the last thing you want is something sticking out like a big hernia truss, you know, and none of that really does.
Oh, it looks awesome. Well, Chris, I feel like that's all the updating we can do, baby.
That's it today.
I'm glad we got together to not only inform everyone watching, but to inform my hairy face, because I didn't know what the hell was going on either.
So I want to remind everybody, you can be part of all of this, right? Not even just with these updates where you have an opportunity to comment and stuff, but Heather will show you on the Dennis Kirk website. You can go to the Garage Build page, see everything about the project here, and have your own chance to show us your project and get on a chance to win this.
Well, and when they show their own projects too, they have an opportunity to have their stuff showcased on the social media entities and maybe even in a cycle source spread, from what I hear, if you like what you see in a big way. Lots of reasons to be a part of that program. Like Chris said, go to denniskirk.com/garage build. Everything is in there for you. Enter in your own build. At the very least, enter to win the Performance Evo FXR. And it's going to tour the country a little bit and be given away at the Iron Horse Saloon at the Sturgis Rally this year. No, you don't have to be present to win, so don't let that stop you. be a part of the Garage Build program. This is the first time Cycle Source and Dennis Kirk have partnered together in this way. And if it works, let's hope for a second round. That just depends on you. Go ahead and vote, sign up, do all the things. Yeah.
Let's talk about your weekend. So what else do you got going on there this weekend?
This weekend I'm here for the Colorado Motorcycle Expo. As I said at the very beginning, it's been going on, I believe, since '78. It's a custom show / swap meet. So there's a lot of local support, local representation here. You've got Pikes Peak Harley, I think, is here. Looks like Sun Harley, so the dealership supported as well. Some of the different riding clubs and organizations are here, bunch of vendors. And then right back here, they're starting to get the custom hall set up. Let's see if can I zoom on this? Let me see if I know what I'm doing at all. No, I don't. It won't let me zoom because I'm on Zoom. That's how it works. But yeah, I'll just be here kind of being Dumptruck, hanging out, telling stories, working with some of the brands that I'm with all of the time, and also going to start recording my video podcast this weekend.
Very cool. Well, I'll tell you another thing, man. If you can shoot me some clips, shoot me some video clips, I'll mash together like Dumptruck's coverage of the expo, and we can probably get that on Shop Talk this Sunday.
I think that sounds like a stellar idea. Let's get on the horn once we wrap this up, and I'll just do some things together and email it to you.
There you go.
All right, Dumptruck Covenant Live, Recycle Source, Dennis Kirk Garage Build. Again, go to DennisKirk.com/garage build for all the information and to enter your own builds and to enter to win the Performance Evo FXR given away at Sturgis Rally this year. Chris, stay warm, buddy. You're in the home stretch. You're almost there.
Yes, sir.
Now during the